It's like kind of like a skeleton, a little black and white shirt, so sort of got the Halloween theme going. Thank of you guys for tuning in tonight. So sorry about the technical difficulties we are faced with just before starting to go live here on the broadcast. If you didn't see it, Pleasant Valley took it into the end zone on their first possession after a big reverse play took it down to the 3-yard line. Titus Andrews was able to punch it in. About 3 plays on that drive for the score. Enterprise with it now at 2nd and 8. Kobe Johnson finds some space.
Michael on the keeper.
That was Isaiah McKell on the keeper. Moving the chains, finding some space up the middle for the Hornets' first down. It's going to be a tall task tonight for the Hornets, trying to not only stop this Vikings offense, but being able to move the ball and put points up against their tough defense as well. Encroachment is the call on the Vikings. It's going to move the Hornets up 5 yards and give them a 1st and 5 from the 35. And here on Halloween night, here in the Hornets' Nest, so a big matchup for both teams in terms of playoff implications and everything with the Eastern League standings as well. Some big possible implications here in this game, depending on the outcome of this game. Enterprise, if they get a win tonight over Pleasant Valley, they will be neck and neck with the top 4 teams and putting their hat in the ring for the top 3 coming down to the end of the season in the next couple weeks. And if Pleasant Valley loses this one tonight, if Enterprise is able to knock them off tonight, Pleasant Valley will be vulnerable to lose their first top spot, as a big game to look out for and to keep an eye on for these two teams is Foothill down at Chico. Those are the 2nd and 3rd teams currently in the Eastern League standings, and that is going to be one hell of a game down there tonight going on right now. Depending on who loses and wins that game, that will set up a whole shakeup of standings depending on how this game goes as well. So a lot riding on this, as well as Red Bluff at Shasta. So some big games tonight here on Halloween night in the northern section for some great high school football here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are glad you're able to join us here this Friday, Halloween night. And of course it's Halloween night on a Friday, you know. Why wouldn't it be? I do see some people dressed up for Halloween, and there's some costumes in the stands, a lot of students, and even some parents and fans getting the Halloween spirit going on here. So nice to see. People asked me if I was going to dress up for Halloween, and I did wear a shirt that has black and white like a skeleton a little bit, so that was about all I did in terms of dressing up for the Halloween holiday here. Thank you for tuning in, though. We really appreciate it here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network. This broadcast brought to you by Taylor Motors off of Cypress and Churn Creek. Thank you so much for being a supporter and big sponsor of the NorCal Buzz Sports Network this season, as well as Grange Co-op. Go check them out on Lake Boulevard. Could not do without our sponsors, so thanks so much for helping us be able to highlight these great local athletes around here in the northern section. Haven't been calling much of the action, so I'm going to get back to the action after talking for a while. Sorry about that. It is 2nd and 10 from the 43. Enterprise has moved it about 20-30 yards. Getting close to midfield now. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. McKell throwing, caught on the right sideline. Caught by Sebastian Gaddy, number 18. Third and 8. Two receivers out to the left, one to the right. Mikkel rolling to the left. Got a man over the middle and overthrew it. Pass is picked off. Pass is picked off by number... Hard to see there, trying to look. It looks like 20. Let's take a look at that replay. Nice grab there on the interception.
Ball spot on the 32-yard line. First and 10, Pleasant Valley.
And just like that, Vikings have it with great field position after the return on the interception. Pitch going out to Andrews, out the left side, and pushed out of bounds for no gain. Might have got a yard.
Ball spotted on the 25-yard line. Second and 3 for the Vikings.
Rolling out, Wincoop rolling out, got a man out to the right side, and he's going to take it all the way in. All the way in for the score. Touchdown Vikings on the short pass play that he was able to take in there. No problem down the right sideline. Kick is up and good, and it's 14-0 here early. Pleasant Valley. Pass play was out to number 81, Keon McMillan. So he gets the score for the Vikings there. Look at that replay. Making it look easy. Not surprising for the Pleasant Valley offense, as they are very efficient and can put up a lot of points if they aren't stopped. And here early it's 14-0 Pleasant Valley after they picked off Isaiah Mikkel and took it in for the score themselves a few plays later. So due to the technical difficulties that we had at the start of the game, there's a little bit of a power outage and everything. I don't know if you guys saw, we were not able to start the stream right when the game started. Pleasant Valley scored and all that, but didn't get to do our pre-game, so I wanted to catch you guys up a little bit just on everything coming into this game. I talked a little bit about the playoff implications. It is senior night here for Enterprise Hornets. They had a nice little senior night festivities going on before the game. That was really cool to see some of these guys get recognized and walk with their parents, as well as some of the senior cheerleaders here for the Hornets cheer squad as well. So senior night on Halloween night here in the Hornets Nest. And last time we were here, man, was it a hell of a game in the River Bowl against Shasta. And right now they're going to need to start playing like they did in that game. They're going to have to start making some big electric plays. Kobe Johnson is going to have to take off here. And Isaiah Mikkel is going to have to be very careful and very smart with his decision-making going forward after he already threw a pick early on here. And the accuracy and decision-making is going to be key for the Hornets offense. Kobe Johnson running it up the middle for about 3 or 4 on the play. Hornets coming into this one off a 35-12 loss at Red Bluff last week. Isaiah McKell threw for 160 and a touchdown and also ran for 36 yards and a score in that one. But he also threw 3 picks, so he's going to need to get that under control tonight and be better decision-making and accuracy-wise in this one. And he's going to take off himself after finding no one open. Gets out to the outside for a nice gain of about 10 to 15 yards on the play. That's going to be enough to move the chains and a whole lot more. First and 10 from the 31. Now their star sophomore running back, talked a little bit about him. Cody Johnson is just a monster, just like Titus Andrews on the other side. 2 of the best in the northern section in the Eastern League around here, no doubt. Definitely in the top 3 in terms of rushing yards among backs around here. And we saw him go for over 300 total yards in that River Bowl a few weeks back. An absolutely amazing performance by him, earning our Taylor Motors Player of the Game that night. And in that loss against Red Bluff last week, he had 84 yards on the ground, did not get a score. And Trayson Fuller, their leading receiver, had 2 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown in that one. And just on cue there, Trayson Fuller with the grab out for another first down for the Hornets. Nice catch on the sideline for the first down by the junior wide receiver. Trayson Fuller, the leading receiver for Enterprise, coming in. 2 receivers out to both sides. Johnson in the backfield with McKell. Early movement on the line. Second offsides penalty on PV tonight already. It's going to move up Enterprise to 1st and 5, right at midfield at the 50-yard line. First and 5 from the 50, 3:12 to go here in the first quarter. Enterprise moving. Handoff, nope, it's going to be a fake. Fake the handoff to Johnson, kept by Michael, and he's going to run it for another first down. Enterprise moving the sticks, no problem on this possession. They have the offense, they have the talent to do it. They just can't make mistakes. And Michael's got to be real careful throwing the ball after throwing that pick early on. He's got to have a very clean game the rest of the game, as well as the rest of the Enterprise offense. Handoff. Johnson finding no space to the right side and be pulled down behind the line. A plethora of Vikings in on that one. Those of you that know high school football around here in the northern section, you know PV is a absolute powerhouse when it comes to high school football around here, and they are a very disciplined team. Other than you saw the couple offside penalties. A nice keep there by Isaiah Michael. Dual threat quarterback using his legs, running through the defense, finding a crease through the middle of the field, and close to a first down there on the slide. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 38. Trips out to the left, 1 receiver to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Looks like it's Johnson with Michael going to take it again himself on the QB draw. And I believe that is enough for another first down. And it is. Hornets moving the sticks, no problem on this drive. Continue to get chunk yardage plays and moving the sticks down the field. Kobe Johnson on the carry, up the middle for about 4, maybe 5. Clock running under a minute to go here in the first quarter. If they hurry up enough, they could score before the quarter ends.
Gain of 4 on that last play.
4-yard gain on the run by Johnson. 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. Michael dropping back, looking. Going to go deep down the sideline here to the near side. Pass was intended for Sebastian Gaddy down the right sideline, close to the end zone. Good defense there by the Vikings. 2 DBs were in on that play to stop it.
Third and 6 for the Hornets.
Third and 6. Michael dropping back, looking. He might have to run it himself. He is going to take off down the middle of the field. Keeps going, finds some more space. Big run by Isaiah Michael. It was Kobe Johnson's game in the River Bowl just a couple weeks ago here, and this game might be Isaiah Michael. Already some great runs there by the quarterback here for the Hornets, and he gets them inside the red zone now. First down, 1st and 10 at the 9. 1st and goal at the 9. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. PV up 14-0 here. And at the end of the first, Enterprise driving, looking to put some points on the board here as we start the second quarter in a little bit. Thank you to Taylor Motors, our season sponsor. Go check them out off of Cypress and Churn Creek. Really appreciate them being a proud sponsor for us here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network. Check out their various selection of Cadillac and GMCs, as well as their great selection of pre-owned vehicles that all come with up to a 2-year, 150,000-mile powertrain warranty. Grange Co-op, go check them out on Lake Boulevard. Their new location on Lake Boulevard just moved in there about a couple months ago. They've been around since 1934. Now they are here in Reading. Go check them out. Check the great people out over there in the Rayleigh Shopping Center off Lake Boulevard. For all your garden, farm, and ranch, home, pet, and livestock needs and big projects. If you're looking to have any kind of big projects when it comes to farm or home or agriculture, go check out the great people over at Grange Co-op. Thanks so much for being a sponsor. All right, flipping the field here to start the second quarter. 1st and goal from the 9. Handoff, Johnson running out to the left side. Might have gained 1, maybe 2.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 6.
Sorry if we're catching any static or any wind. There is a lot of wind going on right now up here on the roof. We apologize if there's any interference with the audio and the mic. Fake the handoff to Johnson. Michael going to keep it himself and get brought down don't think there was much of a gain there. No gain for Michael on the keeper. And just like that, it's 3rd and goal from the 6. Enterprise probably going to pass on this one, although they, do have a great running back and a great dual threat quarterback. So we'll see. Trips out to the left, 1 to the right. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. And the Hornets are going to take a timeout, going to figure out what play they want to run here to get a touchdown. For any of you sports fans out there, I just wanted to say I am from Southern California, so I'm a Dodgers fan, and I know some people are paying attention to the World Series right now, and currently my Dodgers are up 3-1 on the Toronto Blue Jays in the 8th inning, and it's the top of the 8th, and we do have to win this game, so very critical for the Dodgers. Obviously, World Series would be over tonight if we do not win that one. So, any of you Dodgers fans, I know a lot of you are Giants fans out here, so you probably don't love me saying that. But, yeah, if you're watching the World Series, it's a very close game right now. And if you're not, thank you so much for taking the time to tune into our broadcast here as well. We got a good one. Enterprise looking to score here after they come out of the timeout. 3rd down from the 6-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 6 for the Hornets. Trips over to the right, 1 to the left. Michael looking, surveying. Gonna roll out to the right, trying to get someone in the back of the end zone. That's not going to be caught. Incomplete pass. Intended receiver was to Kobe Johnson. And that's going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 6 now for the Hornets. Michael not able to find anyone. Tried to thread it in there to Kobe Johnson. And it falls incomplete in the back of the end zone. And the Hornets are going to elect to take the points here. They're going to line up for the field goal attempt. Field goal attempt's going to be by kicker Fernando Valencia, the senior. Flags before the snap. Penalty goes against Pleasant Valley. That's going to be half the distance to the goal. And that's going to bring up a decision now for Chris Combs and the Enterprise offense. Are they going to possibly try and go for... Nope, they're still going to keep the kicking team out there. Would have been an easier chance to get it on 4th down, but I understand taking the points. Valencia going to line up for a shorter kick now. That one is up and barely gets over the uprights. Just barely squeaks over the uprights. And that's going to give them 3 points. 14-3 now. Pleasant Valley leads it. Enterprise didn't get exactly what they wanted to, but a nice solid drive to put points up on the board here. And they're going to put it back on their defense to hopefully get a stop for this next Pleasant Valley possession. So after a good drive by the Hornets, putting points up on the board after the field goal, just barely getting over the uprights. 14-3 the score. Pleasant Valley going to get the ball back, and a little bit of a pooch kick here by the Hornets. Going to be picked up. Oh, and he's going to run it straight through the return. He almost broke it on the return there. Good tackle there, looked like by the kicker for the Hornets. And the return team almost broke it there on the pooch kick. Luckily, Enterprise got him down and avoided what could have been a disaster. And another good start of the possession field-wise for the Vikings here. 1st and 10 from the 42. Receiver going in motion. Wincoop dropping back, looking down the middle of the field. Does he have a man? And it's caught. What a catch. What a catch. Let's take a replay of this one. Look at this. Wincoop looking down the middle and a strike to his receiver on that one. Number 24 with a great catch. Ashton Benson, which I believe is related to Luke Benson, who was a really good Vikings quarterback these last couple years, graduating last year, and that is probably his younger brother. Handoff goes to Andrews, and he's in, no problem. Not even touched. Going in untouched. Titus Andrews, 2 scores on the game already, and he hasn't had to really do a whole lot other than punch it into the end zone for some touchdowns. What an absolute strike by Braden Wincoop, hooking up with Ashton Benson on that one, taking it inside the 5. Beautiful throw down the middle of the field. Kick is up and good. And the Vikings are up 21-3 now. It felt like Enterprise just had the ball, and PV putting points right back up on the board. I don't know. I don't think the Hornets are going to be doing any pooch kicks or things like that going forward, as they gave PV some great field position, and they took advantage of it on just 2 plays and taking it in for 6. (21-3) with just about 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Vikings having no problems so far. Hornets look good on their last possession on offense, so if they can continue to do that, they will be able to stay close in this one, but the defense has really got to step up and find a way to stop or limit the Vikings offense. Kick is going to sail into the end zone. No return.
Kick goes into the end zone. Brought out to the 20-yard line.
It's going to be brought out to the 20-yard line for a touchback. Enterprise 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff Johnson, trying to find some room to the right side. Not going to find anything there. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 Enterprise. Enterprise.
Second and 10 from the 20 now for the Hornets. Two receivers out to the left here on the near side. One receiver out to the far side on the right. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. Michael gonna roll out over here to the left, find Gaddy on the sideline. That's caught, and he'll run it for a couple yards there down the sideline. Pushed out of bounds. That's gonna be a first down on the pass play out to the outside here. Two receivers out to the left, two to the right. Empty backfield with Michael here. One receiver actually in the slot as well to the left. Two reverses. This one goes to the other side. There's a little bit of movement going on there as two different receivers went in motion. And Kobe Johnson was the one that got it on the reverse. Taking it for a 6-yard gain up the middle. 2nd and 4 now from the 38. Trips out to the right. Johnson in the backfield. Michael gonna keep it himself, try and run it out to the left side here. Pushed out of bounds. Titus Andrews, not surprising, making an impact on both sides of the ball. What can Titus Andrews not do? I mean, he's an absolute monster of a running back, and he is very good on defense as well. He's always around the ball, making tackles, making plays, and he pushes out Michael there on 2nd down. One receiver out to the left, two receivers to the right. Johnson in the backfield with Michael in the shotgun. Michael gonna hand it off to Johnson up the middle for, doesn't look like any gain there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard gain there, and it's a 4th down and 2 for Enterprise from the 40. Trips out to the right, one to the left. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. Michael gonna keep it himself, go find a crease up the middle and get the first down and move the chains for the Hornets.
Could be enough for Enterprise, first down.
Nice run there to find some space, just enough to find a crease and get through the middle of the defense there by Isaiah Michael. .6:15 to go here until halftime. Enterprise moving down the field again on their 3rd possession here. 1st and 10 from the 44. Trips out to the right, one to the left. Handoff going to Johnson. He'll take it out to the middle of the field right at the 50, getting a 5-yard gain there on the carry.
2nd and 5 Hornets.
2nd and 5 from the 48. Two receivers out to the right, one to the left. Johnson in the backfield with Michael in the shotgun. Movement by Pleasant Valley. Is that their third offsides penalty? And it is. 3rd encroachment penalty called on Pleasant Valley here in the first half. And that'll give a free 5 yards to the Hornets.
That penalty is going to bring automatic first down for the Hornets.
Automatic first down, move the chains on that penalty. That's big. Anything Enterprise can get is huge here as they move down the field. Handoff. Michael kept it and did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Titus Andrews again in on the stop. Vikings are a great tackling group. The first guy usually gets it, and if he doesn't, they have a group there ready to tackle the ball carrier most of the time. They're very good when it comes to gang tackling and being around the ball. Michael gonna roll out to the right, chuck it to the outside. Pass is caught by Trayson Fuller to the right sideline on the far side over there. Pass caught for a 7-yard gain to Trayson. And it's going to be 3rd and 2 now from the 43. Third and 2 from the Pleasant Valley 43. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Michael with Johnson in the backfield with him in the shotgun. Michael gonna fake the handoff. Nope, gonna give it to Johnson. Johnson tried to spin out of a tackle. Didn't get much there. Very close to the first down on that one. 4th and a short 1. Keon McMillan, who already had a touchdown for the Vikings, in on the stop there. One receiver out to the left, 2 to the right. Johnson in the backfield with Michael in the shotgun. Handoff to Johnson. Johnson breaks a tackle, spins out of another tackle, and is finally brought down to the at the 30. Enough for another first down. Move the chains. Solid run there by Kobe Johnson. Spinning out of a few tackles. Getting brought down around the 30.
First and 10 Enterprise from the 30-yard line.
First and 10 from the 30. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. That's Johnson with Michael. Michael going to take a shot down the sideline, and it's caught for the touchdown. What an absolutely incredible catch down the far sideline there. Sebastian Gaddy on the reception. Beautiful throw by Isaiah Michael down the sideline there. Incredible for touchdown there for the Hornets. Wow. We're going to have to take one more look at that after they kick this extra point, because, man, was that a absolute dart down the far sideline. Flag on the kick attempt after it was good. Waiting to see what the flag is. Looks like they're gonna talk it over a little bit more. Personal foul on the Hornets special teams. That's going to be enforced on the kickoff. Let's take a look back at that great throw by Isaiah Michael. Drops back, looking down the far sideline, and drops it in the bucket for Sebastian Gaddy to take it in for 6. Great throw there by Isaiah Michael. I was waiting to see when one of those big plays was going to happen for this Hornets offense, and they needed it right there. 21-10 the score now. Enterprise starting to move, starting to look alive a lot more here in the second quarter. They're going to need a lot more of those plays in the rest of this game. Just a beautiful throw by the junior quarterback, Isaiah Michael. Cannot understate that. Absolute dart down the sideline. Kick goes out of the end zone for a touchback. Just under 2.5 minutes to go until halftime here. Vikings going to set up shop 1st and 10 from the 20. Empty backfield for Wincoop. Trips out to the left, one receiver to the right. Actually, there's 4 receivers, it looks like, to the left. Slant play, caught. Pass was caught by number 6, Drew Van Nuys, their leading receiver for the Vikings, on a nice slant grab there by Van Nuys. Looks like they're going to shift the line a little bit here. Shifting it. One receiver out to the left now. Wincoop going to hand it off to Andrews. Andrews going to stiff arm a guy and lower the shoulder, get out of bounds at about the 35. One thing you know Titus Andrews is going to do, he's going to bring the hit to you as a running back. Holding the call on the Vikings. That's going to move them back. Move them back to a 1st and 20. Now with the ball at about the 18. Ball at the 20, actually. 1st and 10, 1st and 20 from the 20. Wincoop looking. He almost got sacked, but he got out of it. Not sure how number 24 did not get him down, and now he found space to the outside and got the first down after all that. It looked like Kobe Smith, the linebacker, number 24, was going to get him down in the backfield, and Wincoop found a way to get out of there and scamper for the first down. Great run there by Braden Wincoop to just get out of there and make something happen. First and 10 now from the 44. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Andrews in the backfield, Wincoop in the shotgun. Wincoop looking, almost intercepted. 2 DBs were in the area. Pass was intended to Van Nuys, and he almost threw a costly turnover there. If one of the Hornets' defensive backs was just a little bit over, they probably could have picked that one off. Wincoop escapes that one. Looks like a running formation here. No receivers are spread out. Andrews with a fullback in the backfield with him. Andrews going to take it and run it out for about 6, maybe 7 on the play.
And up to number 2, Titus Andrews. He has 6 on the play. 7.
7-yard gain by Andrews. Clock running under a minute to go here till halftime. 3rd and 3 from the 48. Handoff. Andrews finds some space to the outside. Where have we seen this before? Every single time we have covered PV this season, which is only once, but man, he always finds a way to get some space to the outside down the sideline. Getting pushed out of bounds around the 25. Ball spotted at the 21. 1st and 10 from the 21. 43 seconds to go. Handoff. Andrews going to take it to the outside again. Hurdles a man. Beautiful hurdle. Almost gets inside the 5. Gets pushed out around the 2-yard line. Let's take a look at that hurdle. Titus Andrews. What a beast of a running back. Beautiful hurdle there. Taking it inside the 5-yard line. Gets pushed out around the 2. Ball is going to be spotted at the 2. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line now for the Vikings. And yet again, they are moving the ball downfield very quickly. 33 seconds to go until half. Andrews going to take it in untouched again. This is the first drive where Titus Andrews has actually had to, put in some work and run in the open field, and he showed us his open field ability there on that great run and the hurdle. What an athlete, what a running back the Vikings have in Titus Andrews, and that is his 3rd score on the night already. Pretty sure he's took it in untouched each time as well. I mean, taking it in from about anywhere from 2 to 5 yards out, taking it in untouched for the score. And now it's Vikings 28, Hornets 10 with 30 seconds to go until halftime. Hornets just do not have an answer for the Vikings offense. And Titus Andrews in the running game. I would say a big play on that drive as well was Braden Wincoop finding a way. Looks like he was going to get sacked around his 10-yard line way back inside their own territory. And he found a way to get out, scamper for the 1st down out to the sideline. And that was big in terms of being able to keep that drive alive. So 28-10 now. Pleasant Valley going to kick it back to Enterprise with 30 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. Kick dribbler down the middle of the field, picked up by one of the men on the return team for the Hornets. He's going to take it out to about the 43. Nice return. They do have a little bit of time. They got to take some big shots if they want a chance to at least put up some points on the board.
1st and 10, Enterprise from the 43-yard line.
One receiver out to the left, 2 to the right. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. Michael the handoff. Johnson up the middle. Going to drag a few defenders for a few more yards out to the 50. Clock is running, and I don't think they're going to take another snap. And they're going to let it go to halftime, it looks like, unless they hurry up right now. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're not going to get the snap off. That's going to be halftime. Clock goes to zeros. And your score, Pleasant Valley already putting up 28 points in the first half. Working very efficiently with some big electric plays from Titus Andrews, as well as the beautiful strike down the middle of the field by Braden Wincoop. And on the Enterprise side, they woke up in the second quarter and got the offense rolling with Isaiah Michael hooking up with Sebastian Gaddy for an absolute dart down the right sideline to get that score. And they are down 28-10 here at halftime. Game brought to you by Taylor Motors. Thank you so much, Taylor Motors, and as well as Grange Co-op, our two sponsors. And I've also heard that we're going to be treated to something pretty cool here on Halloween night in the Hornets' Nest by the Enterprise High School Band. So let's see what they got in store for us. I'm sure it's going to be something Halloween related. And I will be back here in just a little bit to give you your scores from around the northern section.
for you was just brought to you by the Enterprise High School Marching Band. With choreography by the decomposing Mozart down there, Gabriel Saguma, the band director, featured some of our choir students. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. in front of the school, there's a big music performance called Pancake Palooza. Come check it out. Pancakes, cars, a cornhole tournament, and lots of music from all those students down there on the field and more. We'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations, Enterprise Band. Happy Halloween.
I want to know who's representing here tonight. Hold on.
Louisiana, murder on the beat. Sophie oughta cut up to you. Yeah. Everybody get your I'm a shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let a thing loose, girl, in so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been people what you bringing to the table. Working hard, girl, everything paid for. First, last phone bill, no play bone. With your phone out, gotta hit them hangos. With your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. And you showing off, but it's alright. It's a short life. Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing than they did in the studio. She sent their verses back to me and they be terrible just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who to go. I'm like, go in, say it then. Who to go, who to go, who to go, who to go.
The rebel, they gon' do what they want to. They ain't no one time on the move. I know you see this red back on me. Now come and get hot. 20, 40, 80 out the trap. Hit it with the rap, put it on the map. Hit me right back. Tell me when you wanna get hot. 20 man time with the racks. I be beat on that bag, double cheese on my dash. I'm bad. I'm bad. Maybe you can get no higher than this. No, love don't get no higher. I've been everywhere, man, looking for someone who can please me, love me all night long. I've been everywhere, man, looking for you, babe, searching for you, baby.
the moon, to the moon, to the side. Yeah. Holy smokes, I got my money up. Counting all these bands took me a while just to run it up. All-time millions, I feel 100 up. All this cash on me, I still can't pile up. $100 in the shit, got my racks up. See back, no, I back.
Your head a sloppy. I'll give it to you if you beat it up like Baki. I'm a killer with the shoe, no cylinders in the roof, and I'm big if you just lose. Cylinders in the roof, I get coming with the call, no telling when I'm a shoe. I just bang, 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 no killers within my group. Finishes in my unification, and we're but I shine. Got time still in my group as I'm in L 8 times. But then when you put doing in my bells, big crack, I think that I'm giving me the money, everybody else. Use it. I'm about to prove it. No, I ain't studying, no, I ain't moving. My juice, I ain't never moving. Big bags, just baby, but moving. I be like,
reincarnated, I'm a stargazer. Life goes on, honey, the heart, my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. Keep a horn on the back of my seat. I'ma shit, the blueprint was by me. Mr. Get off, I get off in my feet. Got my thighs, but she don't got no ties. I walked out with her size. Man, don't let me know what the better lose it. The camera speed off, yes.
more than just a re-up. Baby, you got all the puppets with the strings up. Making like a good one, but I call them like I see them. I know what you are, baby.
Talk about some great performances there by the Enterprise High School band and cheer team, as well as the Pleasant Valley cheer squad, who, man, they have a lot of cheerleaders. They couldn't even fit in the entire shot, I noticed, and that's a wide shot, you know, so pretty big cheer squad that they have over there. Not surprising, they have a ton of students at Pleasant Valley, of course, as well as a big football team with a lot of depth on this team. A lot of guys that just sit on the bench, you know, for the Vikings, and some great Halloween performances there by the bands and the cheer teams. And now we're going to get back to some action here in the second half. Broadcast brought to you by our sponsors, Taylor Motors, as well as Grange Co-op. Thanks so much for being our season-long sponsors here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network. Pleasant Valley up 28-10 to start the second half here. They're going to kick it away to Enterprise, so Enterprise is going to get a chance to start off the second half on a good note if they are able to take this drive for some points here to start off the halftime. And the kick is up and away. Dribbler bounces around the 15, picked up by Trayson Fuller. Or Gavin Emerald actually squeezes out of a tackle, finds some space. Can he beat the kicker down the sideline? 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and gets dragged down inside the 10-yard line. Wow, some fireworks to start the second half here as Gavin Emerald, the Hornets returner, finding some space, making two different Vikings miss on the tackle, slipping through, taking it out down the middle of the field, takes it out around the, or I should say gets pushed out around the 5-yard line, and a huge return for the Hornets. First and goal from the 8-yard line now. Johnson finding some space, running it in. Did he get in? And he is in for the score. Kobe Johnson punches it in on one rush. And just like that, the Hornets coming out with some fire here in the second half. Huge return by Gavin Emerald sets them up with great field position, and they punch it in for the score. That was huge to start the second half here for the Enterprise Hornets. Kick is up and good by Valencia on his senior night. Watch that replay of the touchdown there. Johnson punching it in, no problem for the score. And I talked about it a little bit in the first half, but those of you that are baseball fans out there are paying attention to the World Series. I said I am a Dodger fan, and we just had a win in Game 6 tonight in Toronto. Obviously, USA versus Canada, so kind of throw out the Giants-Dodgers rivalry there, you know. It's USA versus Canada, so you guys got to root for the American team, of course, right? And close one. 3-1 the final in Toronto tonight in Game 6. Came down to the wire. The Blue Jays had 2 on with 1 out, and the Dodgers were able to get a crazy double play off a pop fly out to Kike Hernandez, who threw it to second base, and they were able to tag out the runner there and end the game. And that was a bang-bang play. And they got the out, got the win, and there's going to be a Game 7 in Toronto tomorrow to decide the World Series here. So that's going to be huge. Game 7 tomorrow for all of you baseball fans out there. Tune into that one. Gotta love the USA versus Canada rivalry, of course, as well. Dribbler. Oh, and it hits Pleasant Valley. Looks like they did recover it. That was a screaming kick that went right at the return team. Pleasant Valley bounced off of him. Thankfully, it was recovered and dove on by his teammate. And that could have been very costly for the Vikings. Thankfully, they do recover it, and they have the ball to set up shop. 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Looks like 3 receivers in tight, 1 out, spread out wide. Pitch, and it's bobbled twice in the backfield. Now he bobbles it again, and he strips and falls, and a huge loss on the play for the Vikings. Let's take a look what happened here. Wincoop under center, pitches it out to Andrews, knocks off his hand, and then he hits it with his knee, tries to pick it up, has nowhere to go, slips and falls, and a big loss. That's going to put them at 2nd and 23 from the 20. 2nd and 23 from the 20 for the Vikings. Trips out to the left, 1 to the right. Andrews in the backfield with Wincoop. Wincoop going to roll out and almost picked off. And the Enterprise Hornets fans and student section knew it. They knew they almost had a big play there. Pass broken up by who else? Their leading tackler, Carter Brooks. And wow, things are starting to happen here in the second half for the Vikings, and the Hornets are trying to take advantage of it. Wincoop finds a wide open man. Gavin Myers absolutely wide open, breaks a tackle down the sideline now and gets hit out around the 20, out around the 30. Isaiah Michael, the quarterback, in on the stop there at the end. As you know, if you've seen all of our games this season, if you just know high school football around here in the North State, both of these teams that have amazing athletes, they play both sides of the ball. Quarterback for the Hornets just made that tackle at the end of that big pass play to Gavin Myers. Andrews finding some space out to the far sideline there for the first down. And he did not get the first down. 2nd and 1, just short of the line to gain there. After some crazy plays that could have gone bad twice for the Vikings, they find a big, wide open target in Gavin Myers, who takes it down the sideline and puts them in great field position now at the Enterprise 22, 2nd and 1 from the 22. Movement on the line. I believe, the flag is going to be thrown. Did see a little bit of movement on the O-line there for the Pleasant Valley, and false start on the Vikings, and that's going to move them back to a 2nd and 6.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Vikings.
Could see it from here. We're all the way on the roof, but I saw that movement before the snap there by the O-line for the Vikings. 2nd and 6 from the 27. Wincoop looking, going to throw it out here near side, and he's going to be wrapped up. No gain. Pass was made by Keon McMillan. Pass was caught by Keon McMillan out to the near side sideline here. And he's stopped quickly for no gain for about a yard, actually. 3rd and 5 at the Enterprise 26. Handoff. Andrews finding some space, gonna run it all the way in untouched. Titus Andrews. Just an absolute beast. He can break it on any play. You just never know. Titus Andrews is just an amazing running back that the Vikings have. And he broke that one no problem, using his speed to get into the open field and take it in for 6.
Mark back to kick the PAT.
Flag before the snap.
On Enterprise. After Mr.
Encroachment is the call on the Hornets. That's going to be half the distance to the goal. And Pleasant Valley is going to go for it, looks like now. I mean, why not? You know, one of the best running backs in the section. And we've already seen him punch it in from 5 yards out, no problem, a couple times tonight. So that's going to be 1st and goal, half the distance. At Andrews in the Wildcat. Going to follow his lead. Blockers in for the score.
Score to Pleasant Valley 36, Enterprise 17.
I don't know why I said the score. That was for the 2-point attempt. Let's take a look at that run by Titus Andrews. Finding a crease, gets a nice block by his receiver there, and takes it in untouched for the score for the Vikings, who now lead it 36-17 here after they got the 2-point attempt by Titus Andrews running it in. I can tell you, just from the first half, Titus Andrews is sure looking like our Taylor Motors player of the game from the Pleasant Valley Vikings right now. Go check out Taylor Motors and check out their great selection of GMCs and Cadillacs. The great people over there. As well as if you're in the market for any used pre-owned vehicles, they all come with up to a 2-year, 150,000-mile powertrain warranty. Kick fielded by Gavin Emerald, not able to get the fireworks going like he did on the opening kickoff of the second half here. And he is brought down for a short return inside the Enterprise 20.
First and 10, Enterprise at the 15-yard line.
Handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson lowers the boom and breaks the tackle and picks up a few more. Kobe Johnson and Titus Andrews are two of the best backs around here in the northern section, and they are on full display tonight. Johnson not having a huge game yet, but still a lot of time left for him to make that happen. We saw him have an absolute amazing performance in the River Bowl just a few weeks ago here. Receiver going in motion. Michael gonna fake that to him and keep it himself for a few yards on that one.
Gain of 3 on the play
Second and 7 from the 29. Two receivers out to the left, one to the right. Johnson in the backfield. Michael looking down the right sideline here. And what a catch. What a throw and what a catch. Caught by Trayson Fuller, leading receiver for the Hornets. Beautiful throw again by Isaiah Michael. Just over the leaping hands of Titus Andrews there. And it is caught by Trayson Fuller on the sideline. Beautiful grab there. And a huge play for the Hornets as they move just over midfield now at the 42 of Pleasant Valley. First and 10 from the Pleasant Valley 42. Two receivers out to the left, one to the right. Handoff going Kobe Johnson's way. He's going to take it for about a yard, maybe 2 up the middle.
Gain of 2 on the play.
2-yard gain by Johnson. Isaiah Michael with 2 amazing throws here tonight. Dropping one in the bucket for Sebastian Gaddy for the score in the first half. And just an absolute another dart down the sideline to Trayson Fuller here.
And up to number 18, Sebastian
Gaddy on the end around. Ball looks like it came loose on the turf. There is laundry on the field back around the 40.
Number 17 on Enterprise.
Holding's the call on Enterprise.
Second down.
And that's going to move them back 15.
After the penalty, it's going to bring up second down and 18 for Enterprise.
And that's going to make it second down and 18 from the 50. I cannot get over that throw by Isaiah Michael. Wow. Beautiful throw down the sideline just over the leaping hands of Titus Andrews for Trayson Fuller to grab it and get his feet in on the sideline. Second down and 12. Michael looking. Gonna have to take off himself. And going to get hit by 3 Vikings over there on the far sideline. Didn't find anyone open and had to try and scamper away himself. Michael dropping back, looking, got a man down the middle of the field. Pass is caught. Trayson Fuller on the nice 10-yard slant play down the middle of the field there. Move the chains again for the Hornets as they continue to move on this drive. Some great passes by Isaiah Michael on this drive to keep them driving down the field. 2 receivers out to the right over here, 1 to the left. Johnson in the backfield, handoff to Johnson. Johnson going to get about 2 yards on the carry there, stopped by a group of Vikings.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7 to go.
One receiver out to the right over here, 2 to the left, 1 in the slot going across now. He's going to go out to the left. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson's going to take it close to the first down. Another solid gain of about 3 yards. Give him 5 on the carry, close to the first down. 3rd and 2 from the 23.
Ball's on the 23-yard line.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Johnson in the backfield, Michael in the shotgun. Michael gonna hand it off to Johnson. He's gonna find some space out down the sideline, almost in, and he does get in. What a beautiful move there by Kobe Johnson to avoid the last tackler at the goal line. Wow. I have said it a few times tonight. This is one of the best running back matchups we've had all year, other than obviously the River Bowl with Devin Ortega of Shasta and Kobe Johnson here with the Hornets. Just 2 amazing running backs on full display tonight. Great job, Kobe Johnson, finding some space to the near sideline, taking it down the sideline and evading the last defender at the goal line to get it in for the score. Kick is up and good. And it's 36-24 Pleasant Valley as Enterprise continues to keep it close with their electric offense that has really took off since the second quarter. Something interesting I'm seeing over here. There's a fire truck coming over here for some reason. Not sure what exactly is going on over there, but possibly something going on medically with someone here. We'll see if we can find out why. Maybe they're just here to watch the game. We'll see. I don't know. They did have the lights on when they first came in. Now they're off. So we will see if there's anything crazy to talk about. But wow, another amazing drive by the Hornets to get it in for 6. Kobe Johnson with a beautiful run. Kick's going to dribble out of bounds around the 40. That's going to bring some flags with the kick out of bounds.
Over the 35-yard line.
Illegal procedure, free kick out of bounds, untouched out of bounds. They'll take it where it went out of bounds, plus 5 yards.
So yet again, Pleasant Valley is going to be set up with great field position for about the 3rd, maybe 4th time tonight. Andrews in the backfield with a fullback in front of him. Handoff does go to Andrews. He's going to kick it to the outside and find some space down the sideline again, making the defender miss. And oh my God, Titus Andrews. I'm running out of things to say about this young man. He is absolutely unstoppable for the Vikings, but there is a flag actually on the play, so this may be coming back. It seems like every time he finds some space to the outside, he takes it in for 6, but this play does look like it's coming back, and it is. There is holding on the Vikings. So I take back what I said. There's a reason there was a hole there for him. Holding is the call. And that's going to move back Pleasant Valley to 1st and 20 from their 45. Handoff to Andrews. This time he's going to take it out to the left side. try and find some space, and he's brought down on a great tackle there by number 17, Hayden Lamb. Getting in on the stop. Tries to break away, and nothing going there. That was not Andrews, actually. That was number 26, Jay Mojica, who we saw did get a few carries and touches out of the backfield against Red Bluff when we covered them a while back in the season. Jay Mojica on a run there for about 3 yards to the outside. Wincoop gonna fake it, roll out to the right. Got a man caught around the 38. Keon McMillan running free to the far sideline there. Nice throw by Wincoop. McMillan getting it down around the 28, 27 yard line. Getting pushed out of bounds there. And yet again, couple plays, and the Vikings are moving it down the field already inside Enterprise territory. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 fullback, and Andrews in the backfield. Wincoop under center. Wincoop gonna hand it off to the fullback this time. And that's not gonna go anywhere. Actually, it's on the ground. Hornets! Are they gonna rule it a fumble or say he was down? I'd like to see that again, possibly. Let's take a look here. Looks like the ground did cause the fumble, so that I believe that is a good call by the officials there. And Pleasant Valley is going to retain possession. 2nd and 9 from the 27. Wincoop dropping back, looking near sideline over here, and pass is broken up. Great play there by Hayden Lamb, breaking up the pass in the end zone. Just a little update on that fire truck being here. There is a little medical emergency going on, it looks like, in the stands over here. Definitely some paramedics and people gathered around a fan here in the crowd, so we'll see. We'll try and keep you updated on that. That's interesting going on here. Trips out to the right, 1 to the left. Wincoop gonna roll out and find his man. Caught. Another great throw on the run there. Caught again by Keon McMillan, who is all over the field for the Vikings. That's one thing we didn't see a lot from Braden Wincoop against Red Bluff earlier in the season, is he didn't really throw the ball as much. They kind of relied on Titus Andrews to ground and pound, and the running game was the main focus, but Wincoop is really throwing it around tonight, slinging it out to his receivers and on the run. That was a nice throw in the play action there. Handoff going in for the score. Or maybe not. Hold on there. Might have been. He did not get in. Apologize on that. Nice stand there by the Hornets. Second and 1 from the 1 yard line. Second and 1, clock under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hornets could really use a big goal line stand here. Handoff. Oh my gosh. Is he absolutely just lit up? Huge hit by the Hornets. Stopped at the 2 yard line by a gang of Hornets there. Beautiful stop by the Hornets defense with some great gang tackling there. And it's 3rd and goal from the 2 now. Andrews in the backfield. Wincoop gonna fake that and roll around and take it in himself. Nice play call there, as everyone here, definitely I did, fans, I'm sure everyone, thought that that ball was going to be run in by Titus Andrews, and Wincoop fakes that, keeps it himself, and takes it in for the score. Vikings now putting up over 40 points tonight here.
85 Martin to attempt the point after.
PAT is up and good by Alejandro Martin, the kicker for the Vikings, and that's going to bring the score to 43-24. Pleasant Valley. Enterprise looked like they might have had a real shot to get a goal line stand there, but Wincoop, just a smart read, pulling it himself, taking it out to the outside for the score. And one thing we did not get to do at halftime that I'm going to see if I can try and do for you guys here in a sec is get you some updated scores from around the northern section. One game that I really want to check on here, let me see, in terms of possible implications for Eastern League standings and playoffs, especially for this game that we are covering, is Foothill Chico. Currently there is not a score reported on Max Preps for that game, so apologize, don't know what's going on in that game. Other scores that are reported on Max Preps right now is Orland's up 24-14 on the road at Corning. Pierce is up 24-0 at home on Durham. Fall River beat Weed 62-14. Los Molinos is up 12-7 at home on Quincy at halftime. Hamilton's up 21-6 at home on Maxwell. And Lassen's up 28-3 on the road at Wairika. That's big for the Northern League, as Lassen is currently number 1, Wairika number 2. Big matchup there for the Northern League standings. Return, and he somehow got away from a few defenders there and finally brought down. Trayson Fuller tried to get away, got away from a few, but eventually is brought down. And that's one big difference between these two teams, is Pleasant Valley has been set up with amazing field position throughout the night tonight, and Enterprise has not. Other than their big return that they had by Gavin Emerald to start the second half, they have not been able to really get good field position to start their drives. They have had to drive all the way down the field, and it's definitely a lot tougher for them to be able to have to do that every time. Handoff, Johnson following his lead blocker. Still going, still moving, churning those legs, and they have not brought him down yet. Whistles are going to fly. Whistles are going to blow the play dead, excuse me. Johnson getting up a little bit slow after that one.
Gain of 6 on the play, brings up second down and 4 to go.
6-yard gain on that one. 2nd and 4 from the 18. One receiver out to the left, 2 to the right. Johnson in the backfield in the shotgun with Michael. Michael gonna fake it to Johnson, this time take it himself, and gets pushed back behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 7, Michael on the keeper.
Possibly a loss on the play, and it is a 4-yard loss, and that's gonna bring up a 3rd and 8
Loss of 2 on the play.
from the 18.
Third down and 8 for the Hornets.
Someone is being taken off on a stretcher, I just saw, actually, out of the stand, so pretty crazy there. No wonder there is a fire truck here, as we were saying earlier, so hopefully that person is okay. Pretty crazy. Paramedics around them taking them off on a stretcher right now currently. is an ambulance in the parking lot as well behind us here. So hoping everything goes okay for that person. Don't know exactly what's going on. Obviously a medical emergency, and we hope for the best.
4th and 10 for the Hornets.
After getting thrown back in the backfield there, this is the first time we're going to see the Hornets punt the ball away tonight on 4th down and 10 from the 12. Punt is away, hits around the 38 and downed around the 39. Yet again, Pleasant Valley is going to be set up with some great field position to start their possession here. And like I said, that's been a big difference between these two teams, is the field position battle has just been very different. Pleasant Valley has had great field position to start most of their drives, and Enterprise has not. And it hurt them there, as you saw on that last possession. Couldn't really move the ball a whole lot and had to punt it away. Pitch out to Andrews, running down the left sideline, and he is going to run away from the Enterprise defense into the end zone. That is Titus Andrews' 5th touchdown, I believe, tonight. And he will no doubt be our Taylor Motors player of the game when everything is said and done here. Man, can that kid fly. Titus Andrews, anytime he runs to the outside and finds some space, he is gone. Just absolutely electric, running down the sideline, and no one was going to catch him. He ran right by all of the secondary for the Hornets, in for the score. After the kick attempt, we will take a look at that nice run. Kick is up and through the uprights, no problem for Martin. And Pleasant Valley has now put up 50 points here on Enterprise. Andrews on the pitch out to the left and just taken off down the sideline. No one going to catch him, in for the score. There's nothing else I can say about Titus Andrews. He is just a monster of a back out of the backfield. He's also really good defensively, always in on tackles for the Vikings and making plays on that side of the ball as well. So an all-around amazing athlete the Vikings have had the pleasure of having these last couple years. And he is a senior this year, so this is a big year for him. I would expect to see him playing at the next level somewhere. They had a big tight end last year. Those of you that have followed Pleasant Valley in the last couple years, they had a tight end sign to San Diego State, so a big D1 commit from Gavin Garrettson, who is a 6'4 tight end for them last year. Might have been 6'6, trying to remember, but a very big tight end that was really good for them these last couple years, and he is now at San Diego State, so we'll see where Titus Andrews ends up. I know he's definitely going to be playing some college football. There's no doubt in my mind with just what he's been able to do these last couple years. So after the touchdown by Andrews, kickoff, Hornets going to bring it out to about the 20. Yet again, I don't want to be a broken record, but Enterprise going to start with some tough field position again. About 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Enterprise is going to have to put a good drive together and get some points to stay in this one. 50-24 is your score, with PV leading it right now here in the Hornets' Nest. Johnson going to run it out for about 5, maybe 6 on the carry up the middle. 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4 now from the 26. Just under 9 minutes to go. Second and 4 from the 26. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. He's going to get the carry and be met and driven back at the 28.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
2-yard gain on that one, so 3rd and 2 from the 28.
Brings up 3rd and 1 after that run.
Excuse me, 3rd and 1. 3rd and a long one, looks like. Johnson in the backfield with Michael in the shotgun. One receiver out to the right. Michael gonna take it himself on the keeper, and he's gonna move the chains. First down run there by Isaiah Michael, moving the chains for the Hornets. And I would be in a hurry-up offense at this point. They need to put up a lot of points to get back in this one. And it looks like they are going to run up a little bit of a hurry offense, as they are not going to huddle here. Handoff, Johnson gets back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 1 yard. 2nd and 9.
Two receivers out to the right, one to the left. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. Michael going to throw on the run. That's caught. Trayson Fuller taking it down the sideline. Finally pushed out around the 25. Nice pass play, big chunk gain there for the Hornets as they move down the field. Gonna need to continue to have those big plays. Nice rollout pass there by Isaiah Michael to Trayson Fuller, and he takes it inside the 30. Excuse me, ball spotted just at the 31. 1st and 10 from the Pleasant Valley 31. Handoff going to go to the reverse man, and he lowers the boom on the tackler, but does get stopped. Sebastian Gaddy was the receiver that ran on the end-around play there.
Ball spotted on the 24-yard line.
Gets it out to the 24 for an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 from the 24. Two receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Johnson in the backfield with Michael. Michael going to hand it off to Johnson. Johnson's going to get the first down and move the sticks. Hornets not having much of a problem moving down the field on the Vikings defense right now. They need to continue to have these efficient drives. Two receivers out to the right, one to the left. Michael going to take it himself out to the left sideline over here.
Number 7, Michael on the keeper.
Gets pushed out after gaining a couple yards on the keeper.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Gained more than a couple. 5-yard gain on the keeper by Michael. 3 receivers, trips out to the right. 1 receiver to the left in the slot. Johnson in the backfield, Michael in the shotgun, handoff to Johnson. Johnson pushing over a defender, gets away and takes it in, punches it in for the score. Wow, it looked like he was going to be stopped and tackled around the 5-yard line and just gets away, evades a defender, gets out of the grasp of the tackler there and takes it in. Student section, the band, and everyone else is fired up here as the Hornets definitely still have life. Kick is up and good. 50-31 is the score. Vikings still lead it. Let's take a look. Johnson on a nice run out to the left side here, pushing over a defender on a stiff arm and breaks away on a nice spin move, breaking out of 2 tacklers, grasps there and brings it in for the score. Kobe Johnson. Well done. We've seen 2 great runs from that stud sophomore running back that they are going to get to enjoy for a couple years here at Enterprise, and he's just only going to get better, in my opinion. Already great as a sophomore, so big things coming for that young man in these next few years. Had 1 great run earlier where he evaded the defender down the sideline and evaded the last defender to take it in to the end zone. And then this one, another great one. Looks like an interesting pop kick up there by the Enterprise kicker, but it was caught, so no big deal there for Pleasant Valley as they had their hands team catch that one. And they're going to be setting up shop at midfield at the 50. I don't totally understand that. I mean, I get trying to get a chance to get the ball back and kicking a pooch kick or an onside kick, things like that. Makes sense, but at the same time, the Vikings yet again are set up with great field position. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 fullback, and Andrews in the backfield with Wincoop under center. Wincoop gonna fake it to him. Oh, and just out of the hands of his intended target there. Trying to hit number 4, Gavin Myers, who we saw open and break away for a nice reception earlier in the half. Enterprise band getting fired up, trying to will this defense. If they can come up with a stop, they have a chance. It needs to happen on this possession, though. Handoff. And he's going to be met in the backfield for a loss, going nowhere. Good defense there by the Hornets to stop him in the backfield. After that nice tackle for loss for the Hornets, 3rd and 12 for the Vikings here from the 48. Fake the handoff. Wincoop going to keep it himself and get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Stopped by Carter Brooks' younger brother, Caden Brooks. Actually switched that. Caden Brooks is older than Carter Brooks. Carter Brooks is a sophomore, and he's the leading tackler on this team. A lot of great sophomores for the Hornets. They are going to be good and a team to really watch out for in the next couple years here. Young team that is only going to get better and improve more. And this is going to be, I believe, the first punt for Pleasant Valley tonight, as Enterprise is able to make the stop and force them to punt it away on 4th down. Punt is a pretty booming punt. They're going to be hit out. Oh my goodness, what a punt. Punt is down at the 1 yard line. Special teams getting down there and grabbing it. Great job there by the Viking special teams to get there and down it at the 1 yard line. And the Hornets yet again have to work from inside their own territory and very close to the end zone. So we got to be very careful what play calls they want to use here, as they just need to get some yards and get it away from a potential safety. Trying to get them on the snap count. Almost worked there. 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Johnson in the backfield, Michael. They almost try to get him on again on the snap. Handoff, Johnson finds some space up the middle, breaking away from a few tacklers. And he takes it out, no problem. And they're going to give him the first down on that. 10-yard gain, 1st and 10 from the 10. Johnson in the backfield. Johnson, nope. Michael going to fake it to him, roll out, pass, caught, and ran out of bounds is number 24, Kobe Smith, on the far sideline. Move the chains for the Hornets. And they're going to go hurry up offense as much as they can here. Trips out to the left. 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Michael. As Kobe Johnson split out wide as well here. Michael looking. Rolling out to the right, to the left side. Got Trayson Fuller open. Caught. Makes a few men miss. Finally brought down. Made about 3 defenders miss. Didn't get a lot of yards there, but some nice elusive moves to get away from the tacklers. Michael really slinging it well tonight. Rolling out to the left side. Beautiful throw to the near sideline here, but to Trayson Fuller, who made a few guys miss. Gained about 2 or 3 yards and finally brought down. 1st and 10 from the 47. Fake the handoff. Thrown out for a screen play out to the right side. Trayson Fuller on that reception as well. It's going to be a heavy dose of Trayson Fuller and Kobe Johnson, it looks like, on this drive.
Holding, number 18 on Enterprise, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat.
And a holding penalty is called on the Hornets, so that's going to move them back, unfortunately, after they were moving pretty well here on the drive. Now it's going to put them at the 41. 1st and 16 from the 41 now for Enterprise. 2 receivers out to the near sideline over here, 2 to the right. Johnson in the backfield going to take the carry and get back to the line of scrimmage. And a little more. He's still on his feet. Continues to turn his legs. Helped out by his lineman a little bit, but dragging about 4 Vikings defenders. Huge gain there to gain all those yards back on that holding penalty for Kobe Johnson. Continuing to churn his legs and grind out yards and taking the tacklers with him Two receivers out to the left, two to the right. Johnson in the backfield. Michael going to drop back, going to roll out to his right, looking down the sideline. Pass is caught.
Pass caught.
That's Kobe Smith.
Kobe Smith.
Again, two nice catches for Kobe Smith on this drive. Another beautiful throw by Michael on the run. He's really showing off his arm talent tonight in terms of throwing on the run and some nice play action throws. Two receivers now to the left, one to the right. Johnson in the backfield. Michael gonna roll out to the left. Now he evades the defender. Nice move to get away. Tries to just throw it over in the area of his intended target, Sebastian Gaddy.
Pass intended for number 17, Lamb.
And I'm sorry, that was to number 17, Hayden Lamb.
Second and 10 for Hornets.
I think Michael was just trying to avoid the tackle and throw it in the area there, as that one fell short for Lamb. Michael looking, got a man down the middle. That one was Gaddy.
18, Sebastian Gaddy.
Down the middle of the field, open on the nice crossing route
First down.
for another Enterprise first down. Clock under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. If they can score right now and somehow get the ball back, they have a chance.
Timeout Enterprise, that's their first charge timeout of the half.
Timeout Enterprise, as they are going to try and game plan what to do here to get some points. Grange Co-op, go check them out off of Lake Boulevard in the Rayleigh's Shopping Center. Thank you for being a proud sponsor for us here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network, helping us highlight these great local athletes around here in the North State. And to Taylor Motors as well. Go check them out for all their great selection of GMCs and Cadillacs over there off of Cypress and Churn Creek, which is just over, not too far away from Enterprise over here actually, so go check out Taylor Motors. Thank you so much for being a sponsor for us here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network. I was giving you guys some score updates earlier,
Line coming out of the timeout.
and it's actually kind of cool. We were at UPrep last week, and their head coach, Dustin Fortenberry, is actually texting me a few of the scores right now going on. I'll wait to give you guys those. Michael in the shotgun looking, might have to take off himself, and he is going to take it and get brought down around the 10-yard line. So these scores are from Coach Fortenberry over at UPrep, saying Winners is up 21-7 on Paradise in the second corner, and Corning is down to Orland 24-14 at half. Michael trying to find anywhere to go and gets taken down for a loss in the backfield.
Michael on the keeper, brought down by number 0, Owen Lee.
Kept it himself, trying to find some type of space, and there just was nothing there.
He's up 3rd and 11 for the Hornets.
Getting brought down there in the backfield for a loss. 3rd and 11. Clock under 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, so not looking like Enterprise is going to be able to make up the deficit, but they could put some points up on the board to make it look a little better. Ooh, close play there.
Johnson.
Pass intended to Kobe Johnson in the back of the end zone there. Broken up
4th and 11 for the Hornets.
by the Pleasant Valley Vikings secondary. Michael looking, dropping back.
That's up 10 to 6. Fuller.
I think there's a flag on that play, and it is. There is 3 defenders around Trayson Fuller trying to get it in the back of the end zone there. And there was definitely some contact.
Everybody to know we got a bunch of extra Chick-fil-A sandwiches in the snack bar. They've knocked those down to $4 a piece.
Defensive pass interference, number 19.
And that's what I thought. They're going to call pass interference on the Vikings. That's half the distance to the goal. And it gives the Hornets a chance to end the night here with some points on the board to make this score look a little more respectable. Nine seconds to go. Trips out to the right, one to the left. Michael gonna roll out to the right, trying to find a man. Caught. Was it in for the score? And it was. Another great throw on the run to Trayson Fuller. Who else? Michael's favorite target and the leading receiver for the Hornets. And they get one last score here at the end of the game to make it look a little better. Another great throw on the run there by Isaiah Michael. Finding Trayson Fuller on the out route in the corner, the front corner of the end zone there. Looks like there definitely is a penalty on that, as there was a Pleasant Valley Viking running free trying to block the kick, but it was a little early. No doubt was a offsides penalty, like I figured, and they do call encroachment. Game's basically over. There was no reason to do that there. And now they're just going to attempt the PAT from a little closer.
Valencia attempt the extra point.
Valencia's extra point is up and good.
To Pleasant Valley 50.
And that's it. That's going to be zeros on the clock here. End of the game. Your score after they just scored there at the end, 50-38. Let's take a look at that last replay. Michael rolling out to the right and finds his favorite target, Trayson Fuller, in the front of the corner of the end zone there for the score to make this one look a little bit better at the end, as it is 50-38. Pleasant Valley putting up 50 points here on the road at Enterprise. And obviously I said big matchup in terms of Eastern League standings and playoff implications. PV is going to retain that number 1 spot with the victory here tonight. Enterprise going to still be in that 4 to 6 range in the Eastern League with a loss tonight, but we saw their offense have some really big plays, some bright spots. The scoreboard may not show it when people look at it, but it's not the whole story. They had some really great plays, some amazing throws by Isaiah Michael, and we will get you our Taylor Motors Players of the Game here in a second. All right, so let's get you our Taylor Motors Players of the Game for both sides tonight. In this one, last time we were here at Enterprise, Kobe Johnson put on a show. Isaiah Michael helped him as well, Isaiah Michael. And Isaiah Michael was absolutely outstanding tonight when it came to throwing the ball, just slinging it all around, making some great throws. So for Enterprise, your player of the game, Taylor Motors player of the game, is Isaiah Michael, the amazing dual threat quarterback here for the Hornets, trying to do everything he could to keep him in this game, and made some absolutely amazing throws, as I said, down the sideline a few times. Let's check out some of his great highlights when we get a chance here. That's a great run there by Trayson Fuller after the catch. And we'll get you some Isaiah Michael highlights here. Like this amazing drop in the bucket throw to Sebastian Gaddy for the touchdown. Beautiful sideline throw there for the score. And plays like that are why he is your Taylor Motors player of the game for Enterprise. On the other side, your Taylor Motors player of the game for Pleasant Valley is who else but Titus Andrews. An absolutely dominating performance tonight. What is new when it comes to Titus Andrews? I'm not surprised. And look at that. I mean, he just takes off and goes, and no one is able to stop him. He is electric. He's fast. He's also a really good power back. He lowers his shoulder and always fights for extra yards. When he carries the rock, there's a good chance that he is going to score pretty much every time. So Titus Andrews is your player of the game for Pleasant Valley here, as he had, I believe, 5 scores on the night. I want to say maybe 6, but 5 for sure. And just an all-around amazing performance by him. He also had some great tackles on defense, so big impact on both sides of the ball. Isaiah Michael did as well. So those are your Taylor Motors players of the game for tonight's victory here for Pleasant Valley. Yet again, it was a close one. At times, the score may not look like it, but Enterprise was in this game a lot. They played really well in the second half, and had some great performances by Isaiah Michael, who is going to be really good as a quarterback here for Enterprise in the next couple years. Kobe Johnson, I mean, they have 2 guys who are going to be able to play with each other for the next couple years here. Johnson, a sophomore, Michael, a junior, and it's going to be some fun football for the Hornets in the next couple years, as they're a young team that is only going to get better. Pleasant Valley, obviously the powerhouse around here, the juggernaut, the top team when it just comes to both sides of the ball. They're very disciplined. They're really good when it comes to running their formations and just playing all around good football. They actually had more penalties, I think, than Enterprise in this one, so that's interesting, but didn't matter a whole lot when it came to the scoreboard. A thing I talked about as well throughout the broadcast tonight is just the different field position and where they were able to start with the ball. A lot of times the field position made it a lot easier for them to score points, I think, compared to Enterprise, who always had to start pretty deep in their own territory on most of their drives. So that definitely played a factor tonight in this one. And let me see if I can get you guys some scores from around the northern section here in a sec. I can look up these. 1 second. Not the result that Enterprise was hoping for here tonight on senior night, Halloween night here in the Hornets' Nest. But they battled. You know, you got to give it to them. The fans are cheering them on and, you know, giving them a lot of respect because they battled really hard. They played a good game. It was a hard-fought one. But Pleasant Valley is just too much to overcome as they put up 50 points in this one tonight. And the scores from around the North State currently reported on Max Preps is Fall River won 62-14 on Weed. Foot El Chico still doesn't have a score there. I really wanted to see what the score was in that one, so definitely something to check out in terms of Eastern League standings on where that game ends up, because it's going to be a big shakeup one way or the other if the Cougars or the Panthers win that game down at Chico. That's a huge game for Eastern League and playoff standings coming down the stretch here at the end of the season. Orland won 32-21 on the road against Corning, or are currently up 32-21 in the fourth quarter on the road against Corning. And Central Valley Anderson does not have a score reported right now. Pierce won 24-0 at home against Durham. Los Molinos won 12-7, or they are up in the third quarter, 12-7 on Quincy at home. Hamilton is up 28-6 in the third quarter against Maxwell. Obviously, a lot of these games are either halftime or third quarter. They haven't been updated on Max Prep, so that's just kind of where they are right now. I'm sure most of them are in the third or fourth quarter. Hamilton 28-6 in the third against Maxwell at home. Winters is up 21-14 at home in the third quarter over Paradise. Lassen is up big 41-10 on Wairika, and that is a huge game in terms of Northern League standings and playoff implications, as well as they are up 41-10 on the road at Wairika. So Lassen is definitely going to continue to stay in that number one spot for the Northern League around here. That one's in the fourth quarter. And Gridley is up 21-7 on the road on Las Plumas in the fourth quarter. So that one is going to wrap up the scores that we have currently reported on Max Preps right now. Like I said, if anyone knows that Foothill Chico score, please feel free to send it in the chat or anything like that, as that is a big one in terms of the Eastern League, in terms of, these teams that we covered tonight and the playoff implications and standings and everything like that coming down here at the end of the season. So definitely want to check out that score when that one goes final. But that is it pretty much for all of the northern section scores around here. Friday night, Halloween night, saw a lot of people dressed up in costumes. That was cool to see. Some great performances at halftime by the Enterprise High School Band. They played Thriller on Halloween night, got in the Halloween spirit, doing a couple different combinations of Halloween-themed songs, and a lot of other great performances by the cheer teams of both sides here tonight that you guys got treated to at halftime. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We don't currently know where we're going to be this next week. As we've been saying these last couple weeks, we're kind of just determining based on good matchups what could potentially have implications for playoffs and standings coming at the end of the season here. So we will update you throughout the week of what game we plan to cover, but it's going to be a big matchup regardless, with the last couple weeks of the season coming down to it. I believe only 2 weeks left after tonight. So a lot is going to be happening here in terms of where the standings are going to shake out and where the playoff bracket is going to be for all of these teams here in the northern section, both D2 and D3. UPrep plays West Valley tomorrow. That's a Saturday game. A lot of games aren't really played on Saturday, so they have a Saturday game at West Valley tomorrow. So go check out that. And we will update you what game we're going to be covering next Friday here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network. But thank you for tuning in tonight. Obviously, not the result Enterprise wanted on their senior night and on Halloween night. Thank you to our sponsors who made this broadcast possible in Grange Co-op. Check out them for all your farm, home, garden, pet, agricultural needs and big projects over there in the Rayleigh's Shopping Center off of Lake Boulevard, as well as Taylor Motors off of Cypress and Churn Creek. Go check out their great selection of GMCs and Cadillacs. Thank you so much for being proud sponsors here on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network. And thank you all for you guys tuning in. Obviously, I know I said it, the World Series was on tonight, so that was obviously what people wanted to watch in terms of the sports world. So thank you for tuning in to our broadcast here and seeing some great local high school football performances in this one. And thanks for tuning in. If you are driving, stay safe, drive home carefully tonight. And if you're at home, have a great night and a great weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in again on the NorCal Buzz Sports Network tonight. I'm Tyler Van Dyke. And have a great night and a great weekend, everyone. And we will see you next week for another great matchup here in the northern section.